Kennedy, and I'm with Sweat Equity, the CEO. So I'm working this in collaboration with Monrovia YMCA, their staff, their leadership, and it's their facility. So we are excited about bringing it together so we can help foster the development of our young people in the game of basketball. But not only so, just to help them focus on details, character, discipline, those types of elements that help them become complete.
We saw that barrage of young people ranking from the age of 14 up to 17.
Yeah.
Tell us how are the selections done and what's the intent of just having them play the
Absolutely.
game?
So we had a focus. We tried to capture the entire youth development group, which start high school, and then tomorrow we have the younger group. But today we have boys from high school and then girls from high school. So the intent is to help develop them, so that way that their skill set can improve. Anytime we that benefited from the YMCA facilities as youth when we came through schools have an opportunity to come to Liberia, it's incumbent upon us that we find a means and ways to give back to the YMCA, but to the greater youth development of Monrovia in large. I mean, largely, yeah.
So are they adapting in terms of what you instilling into them? Are they
Yeah,
getting along?
absolutely. You got to give credit to the coaches and the leaders that are here that are helping work with them, that are able to kind of organize them in such a short time notice. So for first and foremost, I always got to give credit to the folks that are working with the kids. It's not easy to host any type of youth development program for children in Liberia, considering the dire straits that we are in. We lack facilities, adequacy. We lack equipment. So just having these kids come in, it's a tremendous applaud to the team here. But yeah, the kids are adapting.
I'm Thomas Kojo Rolak. I work for Freedom FM and write for the Library Investigator. Give our entire history about the organization.
Great.
How long you been into this basketball training program?
Yeah, so Sweat Equity Enterprises just became an international enterprise because I operate, my seat is in the United States. I do a lot of basketball development work in the United States, across the United States. Um, I work with the NBA Players Association. I work with John Lucas Enterprise. Then I host my own platform, but we are not only limited to basketball. 2 days ago, I was at the University of Houston, University of Liberia College of Agriculture. I spoke to them about some other opportunities as students. So the hoist of the crux of our work is to foster holistic development for our young people. And when I say holistic development, I mean we're not just on athletics. Today is basketball, tomorrow is capacity building. Every year, we host an annual capacity building seminar for high school students, similar to a camp, but just talking about leadership, resilience, time management, money management, responsible habits, those types of things. Then my team on the ground that I have, they're composed of college students. They're volunteers, but we kind of give them stipends. We also have a scholarship program to speak. We got about 65 students as we speak in across Liberia, well, in Monrovia, Margibi, and Nimba, that we have in school, and we just cleared them for the entire school year.
Okay, and Pablo, I didn't get you well. Do you care to remind me about the start of the time of this organization?
I started officially, so it grew, right? I started way back down in 2011, but it was just a basketball focused group, and then I increased it to leadership. So 2019, I became certified as a entity, and then
Full-fledged now.
yeah. So we excited about what we're doing. In fact, some of the things that I'm looking forward to right now, and maybe this is not the right forum, but I'm just gonna tell you. After a meeting with the University of Liberia Agricultural College of Extension, um, we're gonna do something called micro grants, and that we're gonna give them micro grants maybe in December, so that we can teach or encourage our college students to become innovative and creative in becoming entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Because one of the things that we do in Liberia, everybody's looking for a government job, and there's only enough government jobs. So we've got to teach them to become successful outside of that realm of government jobs. So it's something that came to my mind, and I committed myself to doing that. Also at the University of Liberia, we're going to give about 5 computers to start the laboratory over there.
5 computers to the university.
We're going to give the College of Agriculture and Extension new laptops between now and the end of the year when we come back, and probably a couple of projectors as well. And then additionally, after meeting with it, we're working on. My heart is with the youth. So what YMCA have going on is gonna. I don't know exactly yet what we're gonna do, but we're gonna start putting some attention towards the YMCA staff. If it's something just basketballs or funding some of their programs, and even just showing appreciation to the staff for their tireless work. A lot of this work they're not
So
properly.
I'm as a sports journalist would love to know your relationship with the Liberia Basketball Association, as well as developing the sports, because over the years the sports haven't been advertised for where Liberians to expect it to be. What's your relationship with the association?
I don't know if we have a relationship. I spoke with the Secretary General. I've spoken with him several times, but not in depth. The last meeting, the last discussion we had was focused on some type of training that we could do in December. Also, some type of coaches training because I can do all of those things. But that was to the extent of it, and it was a parking lot conversation. I played in the Liberian basketball at the time it was the federation, now it's the association as a young guy. And I'm always open to giving back to my country in areas that I'm an expert or areas that I'm really proficient in. So I do have a relationship somewhat with them, but if I got to drive change in basketball, it starts at the grassroots level.
You see, you talk about playing in the league. Tell us the
I
name
played.
of the club you play for.
I
and
played
how long you
for Snapper as a young kid.
Snapper.
Snappers, yeah. I was a second division team, and that was just prior to the war. And I was just getting acquainted with the game as well. I played for Wells Heston High
That was
School.
the early 90s.
No, it was in the 80s. It was 80, maybe 89, 88. I would say 1987, 88.
1987.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say before we let go of you?
Well, I
In terms
just
of-
want to encourage people to really take a step back and find something to contribute to our youth development. It's a painstaking task, and your heart is always broken when you come in the facilities. This is my first time coming to YMCA since I played as a young kid. I've done camps in Liberia, but I've done it at the Sports Commission and also at the SKD, which you have to pay a price to use to even help the kids.
Do you have an issue with that?
I do have an issue with that, serious issue with
Why?
that. I feel like when it comes to developing our young people, if I'm doing it for free, then you, the entity owner, can provide it too. So we collectively help youth development. Everything can be based on money. But even if you're going to charge, then charge something reasonable. I have no problem paying for it. And one of the reasons I'm working with this organization is I feel like their heart. I mean, YMCA speaks to youth development. So going forward, I'm going to put them in my portfolio, in my focus, and in my commitments for the rest of the year. I don't know what it is, but we'll find something. But I'm calling on all people of basketball that came through here and played. At least if you got one basketball and you can send it here, bring it with you, give it, that would be good.
One last question for me before we take the review.
Yeah.
Many a times this training, people come train the players, they leave 2-3 weeks, 1 month, they fundamental loss from the players. Is there a plan from your institution where when you come and train players, among the 100, the 200, you look for the best 2 kids, give you a female and a male to take them outside for outside exposures, maybe to play somewhere, maybe high school basketball in America or somewhere. Then another question have to do with Monrovia is not just Liberia. There are other counties. I heard you on the court. People in Ninmai, Grangedale, Maggie, they want to play, but they don't have the opportunity. Is there a plan for decentralization?
Absolutely. There's always plan for decentralization. To answer your first question, one of the things I've even talked to administrators about the team here is doing a coaches clinic. In fact, some of the work I've shown Coach Claudius, he's retained it as far as teaching some of the details of the game. So yes, I understand that just coming in and making a presence and going does not really sustain. But even if I was on the ground, when you talk about sustainment, Sustainment, you could be on the ground and still be ineffective in sustainment. Sustainment requires constant engagement from the children themselves. So you come and you learn something, you go to Painsville or playground and you implement it. You don't need to be under the auspices of the coach every time to do that. That's one. Um, but the guys that play the game here that helps, they understand the game as well. So a lot of times what we give is just new concepts or concept of how the game is played at the highest level, and they don't take them any long time to, to grasp it. But it's the problem is bigger than that. I think the problem resides in the entire ecosystem of Liberia, I would say, and the attention of given to youth sports and the development of youth sports. If you are coaching sports here, you are sacrificing. I don't think nobody's paying you enough to do that. That's because you love it. So we have to incentivize these guys that are coaching, that are giving their time. You're already hard in the country, then people buying gas, taking their time and all of that. So if I could fix it, I'll do all. I'll do things in my best way to help as much as I can. Uh, Speaking about decentralization, in December I'm going to Nimba and Bong as well. I plan a longer vacation in December, so we can touch those areas as well. And hopefully, as we move forward over the years to come, we'll be able to touch all parts of the country and be able to give, because my motto for my program is restoring hope for every Liberian child. However you apply that, whether it's hope to actual direct communicate, direct access, or hope to inspiration through others, either one works. Sometimes you'd be surprised if you incentivize a guy to coach and he helps because they are connected to the folks. I called two people and asked them to get kids, and you see we got almost 100 people in there. Called Claudius and Coach Williams, and asked them, hey, I want to do this, and they're like, no worry, don't worry about it.
Do you have political intention? Somebody will say.
I have no political intention, and they always ask me this question since 2021. I've been doing voluntary work in Liberia. I have no political intention. I was at Rufus Divine show. He asked me, every time he asked me that. No, I don't. I'm looking to retire from real work anyway and go into my nonprofit and philanthropic efforts. That's what I'm trying to do. So politics is not the way for me. In fact, I think politics handcuffs me as an individual, because you're working for somebody that you got to go sit in the office all day, and that's taking away from the time that I could be doing so many things for so many kids. So I have zero political intentions. I'm fine where I'm at. I love the space that I'm in.
Thank you so much.
Let me talk about political.
What's your name again?
Yes, I am calling somebody from the front page academic newspaper.
Yeah.
They're going to report you are from the United States of America. What is your mission back home?